Hello everybody. So I am in Avila and in Spain, and I'm here. Oh, it's a bit wibbly wobbly this, isn't it? I'm here on my twice yearly ayahuasca retreat. So we are in the most beautiful place. Let's have a look. We're in the most beautiful place. It's been around about 6 months since I've been on a retreat, and I get so excited about coming to a retreat, but also scared, because you never know with Pachamama, with the plant, you never know. So this is Friday. We're going to have the first ceremony. It's 6:30 now. Everybody's just arriving, and we'll have our first ceremony tonight. I will, if I'm allowed, I'll play the guitar a little bit as well, so that should be nice. And let's see what happens. I haven't got anything specific that I want to work on tonight. All I want to do is just see what the medicine has for me, and it always has something. So I'll report in on it tomorrow, and let's see if we can talk to some people who speak English. Yeah. See you later. Hi everybody. Well, here we are in Avila in Spain. Now Avila is famous for its rocks. Let's see. Look at these rocks. Look at that big bugger down there. Look at the size of that rock. Right? Avila's, I don't know. My friend would say they were glacial erratics, but who knows? So it's Saturday, so we've had one night of ayahuasca, and I've got to say that it's probably been the best retreat up to now that I've experienced. Why is it best? Because I had a beautiful experience with the plant, with the medicine, but also we were playing music together. I was playing music with the shaman. Other people were playing the drums. I mean, it was just spectacular. And there's something about singing and playing instruments when you're with the medicine. It's very special. It sounds different. It sounds almost as though you can read the energy of the music just by looking at it. It's really bizarre, but beautiful. So I had loads of fun. So messages that I got from the plant last night, from Pachamama, the messages I got were that first thing, she said that I had to just love myself, okay? And she made me put my hands on my face, and I was touching my face and the warmth of my hands on my face, and it was like, love yourself, Gordon. Love yourself. Okay, and it wasn't because I don't. It was like a reminder. That's the most important thing. Love yourself, yeah? So, gonna keep doing that. Other things, I mean, there's something really weird. The last 2 times that I've been with the medicine, she does something now, and what she does is she shows me, for example, this was bizarre. All the videos that I watch, the conspiracy videos, I got like a recapitulation of all of the videos. But obviously, unless you've had the medicine, you don't know the way that the representation comes to you. It's not normal. It's not like seeing a video. It's like seeing a video with the most ridiculous things in it, with the most bizarre things in it, with the most macabre things in it. But the video all the same. And so she was showing me like this lots and lots of different videos. But at the same time, she was showing me stuff that I haven't seen, but with the feeling that I've already seen it. It was like immense deja vu. But I knew I hadn't seen it, but I knew I had. I mean, I don't even know what that's about. I've got to think about it. But it was, and this has happened twice now. Incredible. And then all of the mind games, because I mean, they have the funniest sense of humor ever. They really do. The little pixies on the other side and Pachamama, they have a tremendous, incredible sense of humor. But it's black. It's a black sense of humor, and it's not politically correct. I like them a lot for that. They are not politically correct. Absolutely not. And so they'll show, they'll show me all kinds of terrible, terrible things, and then they'll laugh. And it's like, I mean, some of the things, even now, after I don't know, 9, probably 8, I suppose, let's have a look, 18 ceremonies, I'm still shocked by what they show me sometimes. Like, really? Is that appropriate? Sometimes I have to open my eyes so I don't to stop the image, because it's just like, wow. But they don't care. They really don't care. And I'm talking about them as though they're real, because they are. Because I keep going there and it's the same buds doing the same thing, and all the little pixies who go around painting everything in colour, and preparing all of the rooms that we go into. It's incredible. I've never, and you know, there's never one the same. Every time there's something different. They do something different. It's incredible. It's incredible. So listen, if you fancy, do it. And I'm telling you that you don't need to go all the way to the Amazon. I believe, right, and this, I'll leave you with this, because lots of people, I heard somebody talking about this saying, no, you've got to go to Peru, you've got to take it in the Amazon, and you've got to do it properly. When you're with the medicine, you can be anywhere. If it's being guided by a good shaman, you can be anywhere, and you are in the jungle. I mean, for the first 5 or 6 times, I was surrounded by the jungle, snakes, spiders, eyes. The idea and the story is that the shamans brought ayahuasca to the Western world because we needed it here, because it was time. The same for the Great Awakening. And so don't worry that you have to go really far. You can find, there are loads of places. Here in Spain, there are umpteen shamans that do this work. And, you know, if you're interested, I'm very happy to put you in touch with Manuel, who does them all over Spain, but in Avila, which is not that far from Madrid. So, definitely recommend it to you. It's beautiful. Tonight, I don't know what's going to happen, because I was given a really good night last night. Let's see. I'll leave myself open to Pachamama, and she can decide. See you all later. I'll report in later. Hello, and welcome to our channel. And welcome to our ayahuasca retreat in March of 2023, yeah? And here we're with Wayne. And Wayne's going to share with us some of his experience. It's your first time, Wayne, yeah?
My first time, yeah, last night.
Yeah. What brought you here? Why did you come here?
Loyalty. A friend of mine asked me to come, and therefore thought I'd come along and check it out, really. I've been a bit sceptical. Mainly because of bad experiences on various different journeys when I was young, to put it that way. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I was a bit sceptical and nervous about coming to do this kind of thing, to be honest.
So last night was the very first time you've taken ayahuasca. What happened? What's your experience?
For me, difficult to say, really, because is it the medicine, which is an interesting concept, because I didn't think of it as a medicine. I was thinking of it as a drug, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Maybe a natural drug, but I was thinking of it as a drug rather than a medicine. But I can more appreciate why you might refer to it as a medicine, and a course of treatment rather than a one-off hit, I suppose, is what you'd imagine with a drug. But from my experience, I didn't find any hallucinogenic experience, I suppose, for want of a better word. Didn't find anything hallucinogenic about it. It was more, for me, it was a relaxed experience, in so much as I didn't think I experienced anything, and I'm still not sure that I did. But I did in my head, and listening to other people today, as we discussed, there was obviously things going on that were making me think about things. Difficulty for me is I'm always thinking about things, so it could just be my normal experience, but it opened me up to think about various different things. And this morning, analysing it, for me personally, has been more of an experience than the experience itself.
Right, okay. Hello again, and now we're here with Toby.
Hello there.
Toby, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Newcastle, North East, Whitley Bay. I spent most of my childhood.
Right.
We moved to Somerset briefly, but then back to the North East again. But I left when I was around 17. I've been working my way down the country ever since. I stopped at the south coast of the UK, couldn't get any further. Settled there for a while.
I just hear your vowels have shifted from Newcastle. They're not Newcastle vowels
No,
anymore.
not anymore. I tried to forget that.
So this is not your first time at an ayahuasca retreat?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So I mean, the reason that I did my first ayahuasca retreat was my parents were kind of hippies. My dad was a musician, and my mum an artist, and so I grew up in a very, very poor, with a poor childhood. Never had any cash, and so money was always very, very important to me, and so I rebelled and became an accountant. But I carried on that kind of poverty mentality that I had for years and years and years. But then after a while, I discovered the New Thought movement, which showed about creating wealth, and so what I used that and made enough money to be abundant. And then there was a point when I went, actually, why am I doing it for somebody else? I now know how to do it. I can do it for myself. And so I packed it, and I didn't have any qualifications, even though I was working as a finance director. So I chucked it all in, and then as I chucked it in to start something else, I did my first ayahuasca retreat just to kind of as a little shot in the arm to kind of give me the confidence, and so I did that, and it was I think it was either in Italy or in Spain. I can't remember which one because I've done a couple. And that was an incredibly profound experience. Didn't actually help me creating any wealth, and what happened was I just spent all the money that I'd amassed, and then more. However, I then did another one, and because I knew how to do it, but for some reason there was something inside me that just couldn't do it, and so I started then down a different path of making cash as well, and then did that, and it's kind of been going ever since. The experiences, the reason that I'm on this retreat, it was actually there was somebody else was really interested and wanted to have a go on it, and they then actually dropped out and couldn't do it, but I'd already sort of booked a place, and so Wayne, who was initially reticent, said that he would come along and take the gap, which was great. I would say, describing my experiences, always for me it's been incredibly positive kind. I've done a lot of sort of looking into what is the meaning of life, etc., and so I've always felt that the universe is inherently incredibly loving, and actually I'm never in any danger, and I've been the type of person that I will always take the most mushrooms, take the most ketamine, take every more, drink until I'm falling over, and so but I've never been ever in a situation where I'm worried, because I always have that grounding, and it's probably because of being loved as a child very much. Going, actually, you are completely loved, and understanding that the universe is a completely safe place and there's no danger.
So today, now it's Saturday evening. We start at 7 o'clock with our intentions round. What happens in the ayahuasca? We all talk about our intentions, about what we're hoping to get from the experience. At the beginning, I had very clear intentions. Well, I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to work on that. Now, I don't have any clear intentions. I just say, I'm open. Well, the reason is because I've never really found that my intentions were worked on directly anyway. Ayahuasca, la medicina, as they call it, the medicine, or Pachamama, or Madre Tierra, la abuelita, the grandmother, all of these names, she decides what it is that you need to learn. You don't decide. And so I just let her do her stuff, and she does do her stuff. So let's see what happens. I would like to think that we have another musical night and I'm able to play, but the last time I wasn't able to. But hey, this time maybe. Let's see. I don't mind, whatever way. If I listen to music and dance a bit, is just as good as if I play music. So, wish me luck. I hope I don't need luck, and just wish me a happy night. So I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. So this morning you said to me you weren't sure about whether you wanted to have a second night. What are your thoughts at the moment?
The jury's still out, and only because the experience I took from last night, and as I said just then earlier, it can come across as arrogance, but it's not intended to, because listening to the chit chat that we've just had, the discussion we've had after the experience, I was just explaining to Alex when we were talking about his experience, it's not even my belief. It's I know this is the case. We're all part of a cosmic ocean, for want of a better way of putting it. An ocean of data and information, and everything we need is in that ocean. We're drops detached from that ocean while we live our life, and then we go back to the ocean and take back to the ocean what we've learned in this life. And think of it as dye in water. The water's pure when it comes out of the ocean. We tint it with a hint of dye based upon what we learn in our life, and then we take that dye back to the ocean, which helps inform the ocean. Okay, so what I mean by that is when I was experiencing what I was experiencing, it's kind of how I think anyway. Right. So I didn't have a what's the word?
An epiphany.
An epiphany. Didn't have an epiphany because I'm just thinking that I already know this, and therefore when I said about earlier, the message I kept going was, you don't need to worry about this because you're already perfect. You already know you're perfect. Now, what that can come across as arrogance to people, because it makes them think in this world we live in, and we exist in, while we're these drops of oceans, that comes across as arrogance because that's what conditioning tells us the world is going to view that as. But I genuinely don't think of myself as being part of this world. It's weird. And I think of myself as a cosmic being on a journey through time and space, gathering experience as I go, and therefore this life is only temporary. It's a really short part of. It's not me. It's not my life.
Okay.
It's an interlude as part of that life. So I'm the energy that powers this body. I use the analogy: if you think of an astronaut, if you met an astronaut and had a visor down, you'd think the astronaut was everything, including the suit.
Sure.
You wouldn't think of somebody inside the suit powering it. Yeah. That's how I think of myself. The energy is what's powering me. The body is the astronaut suit, and it's the energy that continues to live.
Okay.
So that when I was chatting to Alex, I've gone off the script a little bit here. There wasn't a script, but I've gone off it a bit. When I was talking to Alex about it, and he said, "Oh, I was thinking about everybody else," and I said, "Yeah, you will do, because you are everybody else. We are all everybody else. We just forget it while we're here in this body." So
okay.
I don't know if that's the kind of answer you wanted, but
Super,
that's what I got.
Absolutely. So listen, we'll do a deal. If you choose to have another night, how about we talk tomorrow, and you see what experience you've had tonight, if you choose.
Might be a struggle tomorrow, only because we've got to leave early to get a flight. But I could do it on Zoom or something if you want in the future.
All right. Super.
Yeah. If you wanted to have a follow-up.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, super. Well, thank you very much for sharing that.
I'm saying that now, realizing I'm about to go again and do another one. So I hope that I don't get whacked in the face. But every experience I have had has been full of color, full of love, healing of heart, because there is childhood trauma, because when your parents are drug addicts and they haven't got any money, it's and also generationally I think we've evolved to learn how to bring up children better anyway. Absolutely. And so I'm getting rid of that. It felt like on my heart, healing on the heart without a shadow of a doubt, but lovely feelings, lovely colours, lovely lights, and just beautiful sounds. I last night didn't get any new, so the historic experiences I've had, and every single time has been completely different, but historic experiences that there's been insights so I've come away going, I now know something that I didn't know before, whereas I didn't get that last night. I'd love to tonight, but equally I'd just like it to be a really nice experience. But I would, if anybody is thinking about something that is going to change their life, not even dramatically, but subtly, that could lead into something. It's certainly something I would definitely recommend. Most people, and I've done it now. This is with my third group of around about 20, and with only one exception, everybody said this is the best experience I've ever had in my life. So wow. Just loved it, got a lot from it, and it's been absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for sharing that.
Hey, thank you very much for interviewing.
I wish you both, because Wayne's over there as well, I wish you both a fantastic evening. I think this is the party evening.
The party evening.
This is the party evening.
That's the party evening tonight, yeah. Absolutely right.
Just something that just dawned on me, if you know what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be on camera if you don't want it to.
That's all right.
I never really thought of it till you just said it then. So what I just said then about being on a journey through time and space, and this body is just a suit carrying us on that journey for this period of time. that ties in with what you were just saying then about feeling the universe is safe, because you can never be harmed, because how can you harm energy? It can't be harmed.
No, you can't.
And therefore, if you adopt that principle, that ultimately there is nothing that can actually harm me apart from my own thoughts on the life we live in, then it's all down to you. It's your choice. Choose the right thought, put that thought into action, and then you will get what you want to be, negative or positive. But you've got to be the one who chooses the right thought. And I think coming to something like this, because this is part of the reason why I came, is because sometimes you lose track of how to gain control of that thought. Life gets in the way. In my case, I've been hit after the vaccines of COVID, and as we know now, I've been quite poorly for the last couple of years. I'm getting a little bit better. It was to try and reconnect with that self, that I know the universe is safe, and I know that I can't be harmed, and I know everything I become is because I think about becoming it. And I was hoping that this ayahuasca experience will get me to that point of reconnection with that reality, because I know it's true, but I've just been battered away. I've been hit with that baseball bat of COVID. COVID hit me with a baseball bat and knocked me off course and trying to get back on course.
Okay.
I just thought I was just saying it. Sorry.
All right, well guys, thank you very much for
thank you so
sharing
much.
that, and we'll see you later.
See you later. See you on the other side, eh?
Good morning. Today's Sunday, and we had the last ceremony last night, and it was spectacular. What I've noticed happening with me with the medicine is that each time I need less, and each time it affects me more. So last night I didn't. Manuel gave me a little bit. Manuel is a shaman, and I only took half of the cup. I only took half of the dose, and it was so strong, and I was just laid out for ages and ages. So last night I did something that I wouldn't normally do, and I had what's called I had some rapé. Rapé is snuff, basically. It's snuff, but it's what they use in ceremonies, and it's like a V tube that they use. You put one thing up the nostril, and then the other person blows tobacco up your nose. So it's snuff. You know, the way people used to take snuff a lot, and it's very addictive, I believe. But I had some snuff, and it helped me to. I mean, it was from Brazil. They brought it back from Brazil, from the Amazon, and it was extremely lifting. It lifted me completely out of where I was, which was I can't really move, and it brought me kind of into the. It was interesting because just as I took the rapé, the shaman started to sing Bob Marley songs. Don't worry about a thing. Everything's going to be all right. It was so lovely, and we were all singing together, and I was singing the harmonies with it. It was absolutely beautiful. So, it was a beautiful, beautiful experience with lovely people. What I noticed, the most important thing I think is the ability, and this gives me hope for the future. It really does. The ability of people to form a team, to form a bond within 2 days. I mean, the vast majority of the people I don't know. I know some people, but we're able to get close to one another emotionally and energetically in a very short space of time. And it's a feeling of love. And I know that the medicine helps to speed that process up. But what I'm aware of is that the capacity of humankind to be kind is infinite. And I think all that we need, all that the world needs, is just to have the divisiveness taken away. You know, I don't think we're joined because we haven't been allowed to. We've been divided, you know, the divide and conquer system. And that's all that's stopping us. When that's taken away, which it will be, we automatically come together. I was talking to the guy yesterday, and I was saying to him, he was saying, I think we need to he was talking about politics. Politics is broken, which I agree with. But he said, what we need is we take all the independent politicians and bring them together and create an independent party, and that's it. And I said to him, the only thing I'm going to say is I think that politics is broken and there is no remedy for it. And I said, personally, what I think is that we're going to end up in local management. We're going to manage in community. I think we may have done that before, but in a new way, which is this kind of feel that I get, people coming together and people loving one another and having the very, very best intention for one another. And I think that it'll work beautifully. The steps to get there, I don't know what they are, and I have a feeling that there's going to be some morphing of the political scene to be able to get us there. So yeah, there might be a few steps in, but I think ultimately that's where we'll end up with, where we just have community rule. And I've heard all of these things about part of the quantum financial system is that we'll all be able to vote on everything. Everybody will just vote through the phones and just say yes or no to everything, and it'll make it so it has to be, and it can't be tampered with. However, I think that's a step. That's one of the steps that would help us to get to this community group management, where it's the one small town of Tellinger, whereas we all look after one another and we provide for one another. So interesting. So anyway, I had a beautiful time. I feel quite like centered and relaxed, and I'm going to have to process all of the learning that I had. But yeah, beautiful. I would recommend it if you feel that your life is at a point where you need some kind of shift. If you feel blocked, if you feel that you don't quite know what's going on, then definitely I would recommend ayahuasca. But obviously it's not for everybody, and it's tough. As the famous guru said, ayahuasca is many things, none of which is pleasant. So it's a journey, and it's a tough journey, but it does have incredible benefits, certainly from my perspective and from the people I talk to. So have a beautiful day. By the way, the guys I interviewed yesterday, they went this morning, so I can't get an update on how they were. All right, I love you all, and I'll see you all soon.